Hello, welcome to Anime Anonymous. I'm CJ.
Ace.
And this week, your addiction is being fed not by what we said. So name this episode, Wait, What? Because some things happened. Basically, where we were going to watch the Slime movie basically got screwed up. So we're going to go watch it tomorrow. And then, so that will be next week. So everything worked out anyway because we already had another option, which is this episode, which is the first Netflix movie for Godzilla. Godzilla, Planet of Monsters. Mm-hmm. This came out 2017, and I actually remembered I watched this. Ace and I were talking about this earlier, how when I first watched this, I was like, man, it kind of ends on a cliffhanger. That's kind of lame. And then later on, I want to say maybe I just didn't notice it, or maybe Netflix changed it because then it said Godzilla 1. I was like, oh wait,
okay,
there's another one coming out. Bet. So, but before we get into that, as always, you can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram,
Audius, TikTok.
Yep, and TikTok has been blowing up. Been getting a lot more views, so that is awesome. Definitely love that the wife is getting her due on TikTok because that is not my thing.
Yeah, not mine either. Thank you, Jess.
Yeah. But I also have been slacking on the Instagram, so I'm going to update that tonight. But I am, funnily enough, I used to hate Twitter. I'm not even that much of a big fan of it, but it's a lot easier to communicate with people. I don't know, maybe because it pings me notifications all the time, or I don't know, maybe just talking. Whatever. So I'm usually more active on the Twitter. So if you guys ever want to communicate with us, your ideas, your thoughts, recommendations, Twitter or the email, I always see those as well, or Instagram. But
and sometimes Discord, right? Or are you still working on
well, those are like the friends that I have that I've made from the other podcasts and stuff. I'm actually gonna probably meet up with Jack from Featured Anime. And see if he can help me kind of set up the Discord because I have kind of what I want to do. I need to sit down and do it. Yeah. That's the problem. I just don't have time. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be working on a couple more platforms. They are crypto related, so if you listen, you earn crypto. When we post, we earn crypto. So it's a beneficial arrangement for everyone, all parties involved. So just stay tuned for that. That's pretty much on the social media.
Yeah. So like we said, because we mentioned it last episode as well, this movie, this basically, I honestly never even looked up a synopsis of this because it's a Godzilla movie. It may be animated, but it's a Godzilla movie. Yeah. All right, it is a creature feature movie. And I am here for it. I have always been a Godzilla stan.
You mean a fan?
Stan. Yeah.
Oh, a stan.
Stan. You don't know what stan is? Bruh. Come on now.
Okay, give me
That's like old school, like Eminem. Stan. But Stan's like a huge fan, basically.
Okay.
But I'm like, bruh, I'm going to take your black card, dye it white for Eminem.
I'm like, what? I'm from the worst city in America.
Hey, I don't know. I'm from New York. We got...
Oh, okay, y'all up there. We top five. We top five with y'all. We rotate.
We got some horrible things.
Our cities rotate. Okay.
North is just awful. This is just bad. You come down south, people complain. You're like, come on now.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all have nothing
y'all
to be
easy,
upset about.
Bro.
But I love
don't even know what Tims are.
Or Butters. If y'all know what Butters are, then okay. Shout out to y'all.
Yo, okay. Anyway, this is chaotic.
They have no idea what that is.
Especially anybody in Norway, Sweden.
Right.
What
They're like, Tim's Butters?
About? What? Is this a cuisine? But
these are boots, by the way. Timberland boots. Just want to make that clear. We're talking about Timberland boots that you wear in the winter and snow.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes for fashion.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So a quick synopsis on this. The Earth basically kind of gets overrun by monsters. Like they keep coming up from the hollow earth or whatever. And then obviously Godzilla comes up. Godzilla starts wrecking stuff. People can't take him on. It is actually mentioned that I think they hit him with like 20 like nuclear bombs or something. Didn't even phase him. So they screw up Earth, and they basically have these aliens that come in that they are like, hey, we'll help you guys defeat Godzilla. This is obviously before they're nuking him and trying to leave. Then there's these other kind of like dark-skinned aliens that come through. They're like, yeah, we're going to help you too. They make Mecha Godzilla. It don't work. So then all three, the humans and the two other alien races, kind of band together, make this survival ship, for lack of a better word, and start going on like a trip to find another planet they can inhabit. Right? That's the gist. That's basically how it starts. Starts off with our main character, Sakaki. His first name is Haruo, but a lot of them just constantly call him Captain Sakaki. He's pissed off because they're about to send the old generation off the ship, right? Because the ship has been going for, I think they said 20 years now. And they're running low on resources. They still haven't found a place that they can live. So they have this ship full of volunteers, and I'm quoting, at least that's what Sakaki's saying.
Right.
Where he's like, you guys are just trying to get rid of the older people because we're running low on resources. If you don't do this, I'm going to blow up this ship, blah, blah, blah. One of the older guys hits him up. He's like, hey, stop this. We volunteered for this. Like, we're
that
old.
Was his dad, right?
No, it's like a grandfather figure that he had.
Grandfather figure.
Yeah, because he kind of took care of him. Because you see in the span of like these first couple minutes that his parents had died. They couldn't get on the ship. Right?
Oh, right, yeah.
So, just long story short, old guy's like, hey, we're old. We can't really do this anymore. Like, we want to see if we can live on this planet. He kind of settles down. The old people ship launches and it blows up, right?
And he witnesses it.
Yeah, he witnesses it. Everybody on the ship witnesses it, and that's how it starts. And then again, it gives you the flashback of why they're in space, etc. Godzilla, blah blah blah. Right. So that is quick and dirty intro into this movie. So before we jump into spoilers, Ace, thoughts on this movie?
So thoughts. This movie was long, but
it was only an hour and a half.
I don't know. This one felt long. It was just a lot of monster destruction. So it was kind of repetitive, but it was still very enjoyable. I just think that the first Godzilla, without spoilers, or the beginning version of Godzilla, was so destructive.
Oh, before they come back.
Yeah, before they came back, the first Godzilla experience, they were just struggling, just getting wiped out. And it's just like, it almost made me feel drained on how much attempts were just failures and they were just dying and blowing up. And it's like, man, this is not fun. Like, you didn't get any, for me at least, I didn't get any kind of hope or like maybe they'll come out or maybe they have some strategies and ideas. It was just like, nah, y'all just gonna keep trying and keep losing and y'all think y'all gonna escape and y'all not escaping either. So it was like,
and then all that happens in what, like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Like the quick flashback that we see from Sakaki?
Mm-hmm. And that part was, it was just like, this movie is kind of rough. Like, it was just brutal. But yeah, that's kind of like the first impressions. I definitely want to elaborate more, but yeah, we'll go with that. What was your first impressions?
First impressions, again, like I said, I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I'm a MonsterVerse fan, but in all those monsters, I do like Godzilla the most. I've always thought like King Kong got way too much. It's like just way too much support. He's a punk. But and then like I actually like Mothra more, which Mothra's a giant freaking moth, right? But anyway, whatever. But so I was intrigued by it, right? Because it had been a while since I had seen a good Godzilla movie. So I was like, oh, okay, animated Godzilla, we'll see. Again, just like you said, there's a lot of destruction at the beginning, but they fly through it because they are trying to get to you to why they're in space, right?
Right.
I actually thought they were going to be in space a lot longer. Mm-hmm. So I was actually kind of pleasantly surprised that they get onto the ground quicker. This movie, I think the reason why it can feel long is there's a lot of almost world building, which is funny because like there's not a lot of world to build because a lot of it's kind of messed up. Yeah. But like this is like world building for the trilogy. At the time, I didn't know it was a trilogy. So yeah, it did kind of feel slow.
Yeah. And that's what made it more enjoyable, knowing that it's a 2 and a 3.
Yeah. Like if I didn't know, which I'm gonna rate it as if there's not a 2 and a 3. Mm-hmm. Like again, I said it earlier, I would have been like kind of dejected, like, bro, you end on like a cliffhanger, like what the heck? Like I don't know. But yeah, my first thoughts of it were like, okay, cool, Godzilla, kind of got me into it. And then I was just kind of there for the ride, but part of the ride I was like a little sleep for. Not gonna lie, yeah, I felt the same way watching it again. So, but yeah,
so it wasn't just me.
No, yeah. I'm not gonna gaslight and be like, yeah, I was so hyped for this, man. It was so good. Nah, that ain't happening. But yeah, so that's spoiler free. Yeah. I enjoyed it, but yeah, there are some kind of gripes about it. So now we can kind of jump into it. And this is another one of those movies where there's not a huge plot line. Right? Like, plot is very simple. We want to get back and kill Godzilla, right? Yep. And Sakaki has, like, the biggest hard-on for, I'm going to kill Godzilla. I'm just like, you need to relax, bro. Yeah. Like, he is a little bit too... Just too aggressive.
Yeah, and I get what they're trying to do, and no one else had the ambition or like motivation to try and even go back to Earth and try and like get re-civilized into their their home world. So I get that, but it just seemed like it was kind of forced. Like, yeah, like he almost had that Dragon Ball Z type anger towards Godzilla when I'm like, you can't turn into a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that was the thing. Like, again, both times I watched it, like, I'm like, yo, why is he just so like 100?
Yeah.
Like,
no build up for it.
We shouldn't have left. I'm like, yo, like, you shouldn't have left. Like,
do you see what he did to this Earth?
You were like 2 years old, bro. Like, yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, he acted like he was a full-grown man. Like, you were a child.
Yes.
Okay, let's say he was maybe
4.
Maybe no. He was older. Like, let's give him the Japanese stereotype. He was 15.
Okay.
Right? Because every protagonist when they're a kid is apparently like 15. So now 20 years later, he's like mid-30s.
I thought he was 24, bro.
Nah, bro. That was a deep-voiced, angry, old 24. I don't know how old is how old is he supposed to be?
He's 24.
Nah, bro. They don't tell you. Yeah, they don't tell you. They don't tell you how old he is. But, like, either way.
A 24-year-old captain.
What? How? Why does the man look like he's 35?
He does not look 35, bro.
Asians look like... Actually, this is a joke. The Asians look like they're, like, 20 until they're like 100. Then they look like 700 years old. Right. This man looks old.
No.
Maybe it was because of the CGI.
Yes.
Maybe. Yes. Maybe why. Which that's another one of my gripes. Like, I am such a old school kind of person. So I'm not a huge fan of when they do CGI. Now, there are some anime that I've watched that are CGI and they're good. Right. But I don't know. Like, the CGI in it, because some parts weren't like over the top CGI'd, and some kind of were. Like all the monsters looked weird to me. The CGI on them looked really weird for me. I don't know if maybe because they were just trying to go for that like metallic look.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't like it.
See, I'm reversed. I actually like the monster CGI, and like when the pilots were riding on their
the pilots and stuff were cool.
Yeah, that looked good.
The monsters were just like, why it look like a big sheet of metal up there, and then they themselves looked. The humans, I actually didn't like that much their design because they looked really washed out. But I guess that makes sense because they're been in space, so they really haven't had the sun on them.
Yeah.
I don't know, but what you were talking about, like where he was just so like driven and all that.
Yeah.
Metaphys, the
alien guy.
Yeah, the priest.
Oh,
like he kind of mentions that, like he was like, there's very few humans who kind of show their creed, the alien creed, about like you have to have dedication, like 100% dedication to something, and he was like, you are one of them. That's why I think you can do this. Mm-hmm. But like, but when you fast forward into, you know, when they're taking on Godzilla, and like basically the volcano-ish kind of stuff is happening, and then he's walking out and he's like, there you are, like we meet again.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, so you knew this was gonna happen. Like
it didn't say nothing.
You just playing everybody. That's what kind of priest are you? I don't know. That doesn't seem very godlike to me.
He was literally saying like, yeah, I am a priest, but yeah, this is not my normal expertise.
Yeah, he was gaslighting all that. He's like, yeah, like, so come on now, like Sakaki is not mentally all there. Like there ain't no way, like, right? And then mind you, this man just like 2 days ago said, if you guys don't tell this, I'm gonna blow this ship up.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna make the psychotic person who almost blew this ship up
the
captive.
Leader. Yeah.
You know, I may be a priest. And central people are like, yeah, just try and get them as many as you can home. Great, I'll do that. Now I'm a priest, and I know we need to get this mission, so Sakaki, yo, you picked the wrong person for the job. Yeah. Like the girl was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
This isn't right.
I think everybody was shocked when they literally had him introduced. And he walked up like, yeah, I knew you were going to pick me.
He's smart. He's like, yeah, it's my time to kill Godzilla.
No,
that man had murder on the mind.
Only.
That's it. My man said, run them paws, them lasers, them claws and everything. Dorsal fit. I want it all. Like,
yeah.
Bruh.
Now, I do think he did have some successes when it comes to the battle strategy. Some of the calls and directions he was giving to the fleet. All right, I'll give you that.
I mean, he's not full psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, hey, let's minimize casualties. Like, let's do this. But, like, one of the lines he does say, you're like, yo, this guy's crazy.
Right.
Like, when they're doing what you're talking about. Like, so what we're talking about, short version, he comes up with a plan to kill Godzilla. Again, like we said, the whole plan, kill Godzilla to reclaim the Earth. It's a good plan. He wants to kind of whittle Godzilla into this path, and then they're going to take him out because they think they found like a weakness in his basically like shielding. Like it's like an innate shield that Godzilla kind of puts on when he's taking too much damage, right? Like good plan. But when they're doing the distraction thing, right? And the for lack of a better word, I'm gonna say the black alien, like he's flying. Yeah. He's like, yo, like we're doing these distractions. He's like, hey, how are you doing? He's like, I've lost like 4 people. Like
I'm running out of gas.
We're running out of gas. Which this was like a Fast and Furious movie, bruh. They were running out of gas for like an hour.
Yeah, I was like,
this man flying around Godzilla,
drifting.
I'm running out of gas. We're running out of bullets. We're real low. 20 minutes of flying at him, shooting, flying at him, shooting. I'm like,
Maybe,
how much gas you got in here?
I was like, maybe he just talking about the second
Yeah,
attempt.
yeah. And then later on, they all land and then fly away.
That's what I was literally
they just going like, you ain't never hear nothing about we have no gas.
I was so confused. I was like, all right, so when they finish the first battle, right?
Yeah.
And they land and they're going to escape.
Yeah,
and we're going to tell you why they're trying to escape.
Yeah.
Bruh. When they literally was successful in getting on those shits to fly away, I'm like, this was a plot error. This was plot armor. Does not make sense. They still have gas, and then like
somebody in the back just filling them up.
I'm like, no way. Nobody got to fill up. Nobody had any type of maintenance to the ships.
Nope.
People were getting left.
Yeah.
On the escape thing. I was like,
and the ships that they were like, we had to reformat these. We can barely keep them up. Them things were
lifted and gone.
Blitzing. They're like, we out. We got the power of God on our side.
Yeah, I was like, this definitely woke me up because I'm confused. I'm like, this is not accurate at all. No, and they did so well with the detail because, like, on the armor, like everyone's armor had like nicks and grit and like debris and stuff broken off on their suits, so you can tell they really been going through it for the past 20 years. And then they don't fill up the ships with gas. I'm like, y'all literally are lacking right now. So
like I said, they started converting air into gas. Them things were flying for forever.
Yeah, I was like, we need that type of fuel economy for sure.
Boy, I'm telling you, gas prices be killing me.
Now, shout out to Star Atlas because some of those ships look very similar to the crypto video game Star Atlas on Solana, which are not financial advice, not financial investment, none of that. Do your own research on that. But I did enjoy the flying motorcycles. That was cool. I did like that.
Those were cool.
Yeah, I did wish that the spaceship journey was a little bit longer and they actually got to like explore other planets. Because they were just scanning other planets and be like, this not livable, this not livable. And I was just like, come on, give me a little Star Trek. Give me a little Star Wars and exploration. But, maybe in Godzilla 2 and 3, you'll get some of that. I don't know. But,
I ain't saying nothing.
I tried to get some spoilers.
I ain't doing nothing.
But, it was entertaining for sure.
Those parts made me laugh, but the action parts were good.
Yeah,
like and they did do my boy Godzilla right because like he didn't look like a fat lizard. He looked like he was bench pressing. Right?
Yeah,
like man was coming out like just packed up. I was like, okay, go ahead. And he's like tracking them with his eye, like sometimes.
Yeah, and that tail whip. Air blade cut. I'm like, this man is brutal.
See, this is how my brain works. ADHD. I totally forgot what I was saying. He said one thing that made him sound psycho.
Oh, okay, what was it?
Black dude's like, hey, we're running out. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna move this thing ahead, like because it's running into night. Like we're gonna move this plan faster. He's like, well, how are we gonna do that? He was like, the black dude to Sakaki, and he's like, we're gonna take the lead ships and bomb it. He's like, you're going to take the ships and put them to the front of the battlefield? That's ridiculous. Like, if we lose any of them, how are we going to get home? What does Sakaki say? But we are already home.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Like, this is our place. Like, we have to reclaim it. And, like,
I was screaming at the TV.
Black guy is like, he basically says it. He's like, you've lost it. Like, he literally says, like, you're crazy. And then they keep going ahead. Because they're like, well,
he's right. We already here.
This is all we can do.
I was like, bruh, are you serious? You literally are sacrificing your only source of transportation to escape.
Yep.
I was screaming. I'm like, somebody stop him. Just switch.
Exactly.
Switch commanders. Switch captains.
Yo, we need a, what is that? Like a A2 Brute kind of Julius Caesar moment. Somebody stab him in the back, take leadership, because he gonna kill all you.
I was literally screaming like, this kid has no care for any other people but his goal of killing Godzilla. And I'm like, that's not a good captain.
Yeah, nah.
And then he was willing to sacrifice himself.
Because he's a psychopath, like 3 times.
And I'm like, bro, You're the captain. They voted you as leader. You can't be going in face first and trying to go head to head with the biggest, baddest monster in the game.
But to be fair, if he didn't do that, they would have lost.
Yeah,
but
they weren't.
But like, here's the thing though. Like, he jammed it in. Dip. Like, he jammed it in, and he's like, shoot. And they're like, but if we shoot, you're gonna. It's fine. Destroy the fin. And I'm like, bro, just let go. Just let go of the thing. It's jammed in. Like,
You've done your job.
It ain't going anywhere. Because you know what happens? After they do that, all the other battle people come in, jam in, and he's like, retreat. They all let go.
Yeah.
But I know what they're doing. Like, they're trying to build the drama. I'm like, no, this is stupid. Let go. Like,
let go. Stab and let go.
Bro, what's that stupid Disney movie? Just be like Anna or Elsa. Just freaking let it go, bro. Let it freaking go. You had so many years to just let it go, but no, you had to be an angry Asian man and say, no, I'm staying here.
Yeah, I was like, this man is a horrible captain.
Yeah.
But then he has a great plan and it works out.
Yeah, it works out and everybody's like clapping. They're like, yeah, we did it. And then like the scientist, he's like, that's just so weird. Like, I don't think this was the original Godzilla. And Sakaki's like, but he had the same powers and the same size. He was like, yeah, that doesn't make sense for the natural world. Like, he wouldn't look that way. He was like, this is probably like an offspring of Godzilla. And he was like, who's to say this is the only one? Sakaki's like, yeah,
don't tell me that.
It's all right. You know, we killed one. Yeah. So if another one does pop up, we got this. Like, it's gonna be a better one.
And this is where start going crazy.
Hold on. But right here is when I was pissed off because like I said, I'm a Godzilla fan. I'm like, yo, they made Godzilla bitch made. I was so pissed. I was like, how he died so quick? I was mad. And then like
sensors going on, beep 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 beep. Like, the whole radar covers in green, and like you seeing the danger come. I'm hyped. I'm like, what's that? What's that?
Yeah. They're like, no, the readings can't be right. It's like 2 kilometers. Oh, it's way higher than Godzilla, and you just see the mountain explode, and
literally
all you
meteors.
See, meteors dropping down, on
destroying ships,
artillery. Just dropping on somebody. I think somebody did that like Valheim scream, like rocks dropping, and all you see are just huge dorsal fins. And I'm like, yes, my boy. And it turns out, and like the scientist says, this makes sense because what they found out, they thought they had been only gone for like 1,000 years, right? But mind you, it only was like 20 years for us, but light years. What they found out when they got to Earth was actually it's been like 19,000.
Yeah.
So they're like, wow, we've been gone. Or did they say 10,000?
I think it was 10,000.
Yeah, they thought they were gone for 10. But no, it was like close to 19,000, like 19,500, he says, give or take 50 years. So he was like, it doesn't make sense that Godzilla would still be the same size. He was like, he would be growing. So this Godzilla is like over 300 meters tall.
Yes.
That is like the size of the Eiffel Tower. So they said he's at least that size. So he could be taller than the Eiffel. Like, we don't know, but
it looked like he was clearing it.
It was quoted like over 300. So we're just going to say he's the size of the Eiffel Tower. And that's not no skinny Eiffel Tower. Like,
stocky,
thick.
bulky,
a big boy.
Yeah.
My man was bench pressing the earth.
Yes.
Like,
I was like, yo, this is Godzilla.
Yeah.
I was
so when that happened, my hype came back when I originally watched this because I was pissed. I was like, you gonna kill Godzilla in less than an hour?
Yeah.
What? I was pissed.
And that fight against the small Godzilla was good. I'm like, y'all put in work.
Yo, the G's they were pulling when they like turn around him, like every time they come in with the flying bikes, and then they turn, right? And they're all like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, yeah.
Like it was good. It was good.
But man, when he came up out that earth and you see the electricity, the boulders flying, the roar, He
Yup.
up there whips his tail, clearing people.
Yup.
They're trying to escape with their
Yeah,
big
man.
ships.
Yeah,
He's
man.
like, y'all not going nowhere. Roars, like just blows up ships. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
and
is
well,
what should have been in the beginning.
the ships that couldn't fly are literally like blitzing.
Right? I'm like, where's y'all gas?
The no gas,
Right.
all full. They
Yeah.
topped off.
I'm like, there's no way on E you can floor it and be going that fast on E.
my man.
No
said,
way.
Said I'd rather die to falling out the sky than this monster.
And he still got destroyed by the monster. Godzilla was not letting you escape. He was
Yeah.
like, he had his little eyes, and I'm just going to do this for my own sake. He was like, beep, 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 beep. Oh, no, you thought you was going to escape.
Yeah.
Roars up there, blows him away. I was like, okay.
And then that's when Metaphys does his little walk-in intro, and he's like, when I'm paraphrasing obviously because it's all like this beautiful language he's trying to use, right? He's like, yeah, when all of them are like patting themselves back on their pride, that's when you show up. He's like, it's been 20 years, but 20,000 for you. He's like, welcome, King of Destruction.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
I don't like you.
I'm like,
priest.
yo, so you knew this dude was here. Like, so you knew that was a fake Godzilla, and you really want to try and take out this one. This one.
And that was impossible.
Yeah.
I'm like, this Godzilla that's big as a planet, maybe not that big, but it felt like that big.
No, he big.
Yeah,
He big.
big as a
boy.
planet. I'm like, y'all wanted to fight this?
Yeah. Because, like, literally, a giant mountain is kind of what he was sleeping in.
Yeah, I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
the Earth in this situation in their world, the Earth ain't that good
Yeah,
for me to
it's
come
messed
back
up.
for that.
Yeah.
I would have been like, look, this is what we doing, guys. We're gonna go down. We're gonna grab as much resources as we can, and we're gonna try
Which
to
was
make
their plan.
and
They-
make trips back to replenish
Yeah.
us and continue our search. Not try to fight this beast of a planet thing,
Yeah.
and just get smacked down.
Yeah, that was the thing. If we figure out we can't do it, we gotta get these resources and dip. And they ain't gonna do that. But the reason that was kind of really annoying to me. Did you watch after the credits?
Yeah, that
When he
little
wakes
girl
up?
took the mask off.
Yeah, that's because I swear this was not called Godzilla 1 at first. So that's what I was like, how? Oh, I was like, so, which it was a callback because when they first are walking through the forest, you see like this little kind of humanoid thing
Yeah, I
in
was
the
wondering
forest
what that
looking
was.
at them. Well, that's her, right?
Oh,
And so it was like a callback to then. And I'm like, wait, so there's humans here? Like, ain't no way she's just the only human. I was like, what's going on? And then it just ends. I was like, bruh, there was nothing about a second one coming out. So, but,
so elaborate more on that. So there is a human,
well, yeah, she's, I mean,
a survivor.
she's apparently there has to be a human race on there because she doesn't look like she's any older than like 20s, right? So there's no way she survived as a baby. So there has to be another humanity of some kind, right? And it looks very tribal.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, wait, what? Like, what's going on? And then the movie like ended. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's really it, right?
Yeah.
Like they fight, they kill mini Godzilla, big Godzilla pops out like, whoa, what happened to my baby?
Right.
Like, right? And
Which
then
you
starts
explained
blitzing.
to me that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
what's it called? Asexual
Yeah,
reproduction?
yeah. It's like asexual because it's
Like a
that's
lizard.
why- yeah. There's some lizards that can do that. Like they just reproduce without like a male or anything. Which like even organisms like single cell organisms do it. They like split off and then they just it's like a second. It's almost like a clone, right? So that's why the readings and stuff matched almost exactly what they knew from 20 years ago because
It was a
that's kind
baby
of
clone.
That's the baby that grew up to that kind of size right then.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, it was a pretty cut and dry thing. There's no huge plot, but there's obviously other things that they were introducing, like the legend or prophecy that Metaphys was talking about, and then you have the human like tribal girl that we meet.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I can jump into ratings.
Me too.
All right. So out of 10 monsters, what do you What do you rate this?
So mine is a little biased, and I know it's unconventional, but because I know it's a 2 and a 3, I have to give it an 8 just because the ending of the real Godzilla coming into fruition, that just boosted my interest tremendously. So that's what makes me want to recommend it to everyone. That's what I want everyone to just enjoy, the strategy on the battle, and then the fake celebration to the devastation of the real thing, and then the foreshadowing for the next movie. That gives it to me a solid 8. Yeah, because it was good, I think, overall.
Okay.
A little slow in the beginning, but I think the end makes up for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it an 8.
I'm gonna go a little bit lower. I honestly was between a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
And it's not even because like it's really bad, but like it's just not amazing. And there was some things that I didn't like. Like I said, like I personally didn't like a lot of the CGI. But in that CGI, like you were talking about, they do show detail of like cuts and dings and stuff to the armor, and the way that the artillery moved and stuff was really cool. I liked the ships. I liked how they did their combat.
Godzilla
was good,
and body armor, and
Godzilla was good. I just didn't like the other monsters were weird.
Yeah. But I think they just rushed those just to
maybe. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I actually like the dubbed more on this than the subbed. I think the voices for Sakaki and Metaphys are match better in English. That's maybe why I thought he was older, because like the Japanese voice for Sakaki is like deep and old. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like, he has to be like 30s or something.
Okay.
While the dubbed voice sounded a little bit younger, and Metaphys, like he sounded more calculating in the subbed, but dubbed he almost sound, for lack of a better word, more whimsical. Like he'd be like a silver-tongued person. Like that's how the English voice sounded. I'm like he sounds like maybe he could be like tricking you, but he just maybe has that air about him which matches up to like an alien priest for me.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know. I liked his voice, his English voice more, which is weird because I'll usually say like, oh, dubbed was good, but I still prefer subbed. But this one I actually did prefer the dubbed.
I definitely watched it in dubbed with the subtitles.
That's what I did too, just to see if they matched. There were certain times where like it was different, but like there was nothing like crazy different. Like they just kind of rearranged how they said stuff, and like they're like, "Don't lie." He was like, "You're liars," like all that stuff, right? Like, and I feel like the psycho energy was just better in dubbed, because like in Japanese he's like deep, he's like I don't know, like, and the other one he just sounds crazier. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 7 because Godzilla. Because honestly, like without like my big boy Godzilla, it'd probably be like a 6.
Right, and that's why I'm giving it, because that was so devastating. The detail was so amazing.
Yeah, because he just like wrecked them, right? Yeah. Like they're like celebrating, and then they're like, oh, like Sakaki's like, is that even a living creature? Like he was just blown. Like so that made me laugh. Yeah. But yeah, so
and the speed of the retreat.
Yeah, they were dipping. They were gone.
That was so
the well they ever moved. Everybody was on fast forward. Right.
I was like, yes, okay. I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah, no. Like there were some good hype moments. Yeah. So like realistically, I don't think I could give it less than a 7. But yeah, so a 7 for me, 8 for you. Next week, like we already told you guys, is gonna be Scarlet Bond. We have tickets in hand this time, so we are good. We are gonna be watching that, and that will be next week. But yeah, as always though, thank you guys for listening. supporting in your different ways on TikTok, Insta, Twitter, Audius,
because we're still earning our pennies.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate the support.
Anything that we do earn, because this is just a hobby for us, but anything that we do earn is going completely back into the podcast, get better setup for us and stuff. So thank you as always. We're gonna be working, like I said, I'm working on the Discord.
I got a couple doing some more social media platforms that are crypto related. So as long as you support, as long as you listen and enjoy, everyone benefits. And just trying to get ahead of the game. Some of these things are gonna probably be more popular and more prevalent in the upcoming 2 to 4 years. So I'm just trying to get our little footprint in there early.
Yep.
And we got a lot of stuff in store for 2023.
Yeah. So 2023 should be really fun. Period. Just personally for Ace and I and Jess, but also podcast wise, it's gonna be pretty fun as well. So because I know we had tossed that out a long time ago in the podcast, but the NFTs and stuff for the podcast. Yes. So all those different things are coming this year. Mm-hmm. But as always, like I said, thank you for the support. Email us, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Audius, TikTok. Let the wife know that you're liking what she's doing. But until then, I am CJ.
I'm Ace.
And we will catch you next A meeting.